All right. Okay. A very good evening to all of you. Okay. So today, like what I mentioned, today we are going to touch on this topic on AI anxiety. Okay. And we want to like really zoom out instead of zoom in and try to find out, okay, so what's new today? Um, how can we really keep up with the whatever kind of AI advancements that are out there in the world? Yeah. So every time we go online, right? If you go to Instagram or you go to Reddit or Facebook, you always see news, yeah, coming up. Okay. So one AI company is trying to compete against other every time there's something new. Okay. So tonight we want to touch on this topic, AI anxiety and why this is affecting all of us. So here, over here, who here feels that AI is moving too fast and then you can't keep up? Or you always have that kind of anxiety, that kind of very weird feeling inside whenever you see, oh, okay, someone came up with something new and then but then I'm not really keeping up. Or you see news like retrenchment, okay, you see retrenchment, and then you feel like, oh shit, am I going to be the next one? Yeah. I see Ernie, yes. Yeah. Steve, Amy, Wee Teo, Chang Wee. Yeah. So even for myself, I sometimes I feel anxious about it as well. Yeah. That's because AI is moving at such light speed, right? It's not even rocket speed, it's light speed. Yeah, it's super duper fast. So the next moment you blink your eyes, something happens again. So I always feel like I can't really keep up. And then next moment I go to Reddit, I see, oh, some 17-year-old guy just created another app and then earn millions of dollars. Then I'm thinking, wow, 笑了 then I'm 45. Then how? And I can't keep up. So why is that happening to us? Why does everyone feels like that? FOMO. Yeah. So it's actually FOMO, fear of losing out, right? Fear of missing out, FOMO. And then you keep on comparing yourself to others. Yeah. So like what I mentioned, if you are on Instagram, then you will see this. Okay. So this is an example of what I see. This evolving AI is that account on Instagram. So every single week they come up with this news and then they always say AI is moving faster than ever. Do you think that this headline will make you feel FOMO? Yes or no? Yes, and of course. Why do they want to make you feel FOMO? Then you will click right because it's meant to be a bait for you, right? So kiasu doesn't just apply to Singaporeans. Okay, it applies to everyone. Yeah, it's a hook. They need to write it in a way, the headline, to hook you. Yeah, so that you'll feel like, oh, okay, what? If I don't read this, if I don't click on this article, if I don't click on this Instagram post, this carousel, I'll lose out because then I'll be outdated. And they say, okay, here's the biggest news of the last 7 days. And you think, okay, so let's read it, let's consume. Yeah. And then you consume. And then the more you consume, the more you find that, oh, okay, this company, they are fighting against each other. Okay. Fable 5. Who actually has used Fable 5? It's from Claude. It's a new model from Claude. Anything special, Steve?
Uh, Actually, I installed the anti-grab. I just use this file to help me uninstall something which I cannot uninstall. The anti-gravity, the old version. I tried many times, also cannot. Then I asked the favor, and it managed to help me to uninstall it.
Oh, okay. Then that's good. That's good. Okay. So like for Steve, he actually has a use case. So that's why he used Fable 5. Yeah. Maybe instead of using GPT, he used Fable 5 and that works for him. But for a lot of us, a lot of people, some we don't really have much use case. And then but then we see other people, oh okay, so some guy created a capybara game, a 3D game, just using Fable 5. And then they say, oh, I just spent 2 weekends trying to come up with this game. Yeah. And then when you see the game, you feel like, wow, shit, man. So if he can do it, then so can I. But you forgot to see that his background is in software engineering, computer engineering. Of course, you know what to prompt lah. Okay. Yeah. So you and I, we are different, okay, from the rest of the guys. They don't tell us what they do in the background. They always say, okay, I vibe coded this app in just 1 hour, in 1 weekend. Yeah. But what's going on behind that, we don't really know. So the models, they keep on leapfrogging each other. So like GPT 5.6 just came out also not long ago, just 1 week, right? And then it says that it's in model ranks just behind Fable 5, okay, while costing one third less than, sorry, so that means it's two-thirds less than Fable 5, okay? So should we just all jump in to use it? Yes or no? No. And then I would have then to me it's like I would have different kind of subscription then because I would have to cancel my Anthropic Claude and then after that I need to sign up for OpenAI again. And then maybe tomorrow DeepSeek come up with new, yes. So DeepSeek come up with new model, okay, and say that, oh, this DeepSeek is better than Fable 5 at 1/10 of the cost, okay? Or they make it free. So someone came up with another model, NVIDIA or Meta, say, okay, I come up with an open source model, okay, and it's free of charge. So you're going to download it? Yeah. No, right? Because what's most important is like what Ernie says, learning the basics is more important. So having models, right? So this is like your car models, okay? So today, BYD came out with a new Sea Lion, I think what, Sea Lion 7 or Sea Lion, don't know what lah. Okay. And then tomorrow, wow, maybe there's another brand come out with another car again. So are you going to change your car? No, you're not going to change your car. Yeah. But do you think you need to first get your basics right first? You need to first get your license. You need to learn how to drive first before you buy the car, before you test the car. Okay. So you need to get yourself equipped with the good driving skills so that whatever car that you buy the next time, you can be able to drive it. Okay. You're able to deliver like, the performance of the car, the potential. Yeah. You're able to extract the potential of the car. Yeah, like Tony said, if you're AI influencer, then of course you need to keep up with the views, right? And then you need to do reviews, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that people are always, you always have fresh content. Yeah, so you always have fresh content. But then for most people, you just stick to the basics. Yeah, because all this like Fable 5 or GPT 5.6, right? They are mostly for coding. Yeah, and if you're not a coder, if you don't have any app to develop, right? Then don't waste your time going to use all these models. Unless you really have some specific use case that you have tried using like Opus or Sonnet or using GPT and then you're still stuck. Then you might try to get a more intelligent model, okay, which is Fable 5, and then you can try to see if it works or not. Yeah. But mainly I wouldn't spend all my dollar on Fable 5 and make it like a default model. Yeah, because then it'll be too expensive for me already. Yeah. Okay. So like new powers, every now and then there's power shift, power shift from one company to another. So like for now, like Claude, okay. Claude just said that, okay, my software, right, just came out with a browser. It is able to click around the web itself. So now it does not open your browser, okay, but it has its own browser, own sandbox. So it can be able to read documentation, click on links, complete the forms, and test the apps that it builds. Okay, test the apps that it builds. But this is not for terminal, right? This is only for the Claude interface itself. So later I'll still show you some of the changes that Claude had for the desktop app. Yeah. So let's look at some numbers. So 22% of workers, right, worldwide, they feel the job is safe from AI. So what happened to the other 78%? They feel the job is unsafe, right, from AI. The other 78%. Because they see all this news, retrenchment happening, and then the head of department, after they retrench, they use the budget to hire AI agents. Yeah. And 90% of job seekers, they say they're worried about AI in the workplace. So all these are statistics, not anyhow plug the number from the sky. Okay. And in Singapore, so this is close to our heart. Okay. 80%, more than 80% say that AI will reshape their lives within 3 to 5 years. So what do we mean by reshaping our lives? Is it good or bad? Okay. Okay, it's good. So it actually depends on whatever lens that you're wearing, right? So good or bad, it will still affect. Okay. So I say no, we don't need to wait for 3 to 5 years. Yeah, I think that it's reshaping our lives now. Yeah. You think of the habits that you have right now. Okay? So it's already happening. Yeah. So like people used to go to Google, right, and find things. But right now we go to ChatGPT, we go to Gemini, and we ask questions. Yeah. And we expect the AI agent to give us a accurate answer. Instead of us going to Google and trying to find 10 sources, 10 links, click inside the web pages to find the answer. Yeah, but now we don't. Yeah, I've not used Google search for the longest time. Yes. Yeah. So that's how it's actually reshaping our lives. Yeah. And maybe in the near future, our kids, they don't need to attend exams anymore. Okay. Everyone just do project, just do research. Yeah. Or because since they are all already using AI, then they it could just probably be testing them on the thinking skills, their resourcefulness, or maybe something else. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So here's the good news, right? Just now we're talking about the bad news, about the doom and gloom. But then here's the good news that AI they can actually be your assistant. We think of AI as our assistant. Maybe you don't think of AI as such as a threat of trying to take our jobs. Um, yeah, but that's another story. Okay, that later I'll be sharing. Okay. So for AI, we can use it as our ally. Yeah. So think of it right now. Who are the ones that have a personal assistant? Okay, in the past, right? In the past, who are the ones that have a personal assistant? Your CEO, your big bosses, right? Wow, they hire this PA, secretary. But right now, anybody, okay, you can have your own personal assistant that works for you 27 and never sleeps and never complain, never take MC. You don't need to give salary, you don't need to give bonus. All you need is just your $20 subscription. Yeah, that's all. So come to think of it, isn't that a good thing? So just imagine if we can use AI in our work, right? So how much can it speed up our whole process? Yes. So it actually works around the clock. So you don't really have to, yeah, because now the AI is able to stand by for you, right? It's able to think as well. Yeah. So we have scheduled tasks, or what I call whatever cron, or you call it cron jobs. Yeah. So you're able to set tasks for it. Yeah. Every day, every morning at 8 a.m., go into my email, okay, summarize maybe the most important things. Yeah. Help me to check if I have any important unread emails. Yeah. Which is very important, right? Because every one of us, our email is always, I'm drowning with emails. Yeah. Or you can ask your AI agent, okay, every day, help me to unsubscribe. If you see that I have not clicked onto this junk mail, this promotion tab in the promotion tab for more than 1 month, help me to unsubscribe. Well, also you can set this kind of things. Yeah. And the good news is actually you can take back your time. So when the AI is working, right, do you just sit down there and watch it work? No, right? So you can go and drink coffee, go to the toilet, uh, or you can just do something, watch your favorite micro drama, right? Yeah, yeah. Like Tony said, no, he said he do on the more important task. Okay, good. So you think of your AI as your personal secretary that does all the admin work. Yeah. Well, the AI can help you to write, can help you to design, right? Can help you to create images, help you to create videos, help you to edit videos as well. Yeah. And then it can help you to edit documents. Yeah. It can help you to, okay, sorry, people coming in. Okay. So it can help you to do a lot of things. Yeah. So anything that's administrative, that is redundant, boring, you just let AI do it. Okay. And then we just keep whatever that's human for us. Yeah. So human as a human, we are good in generating ideas. We are good in doing sales because the sales, it needs a human touch. One-on-one, if you are doing one-on-one or one-to-many, so you can do sales. Yeah. Or we can do teaching just like me. Right now I'm teaching. So would you rather have an AI agent to teach you? Maybe in another 10 more years, or maybe in 5 more years. Yeah. Then someone is able to clone myself. Yeah. And with my tonality and everything and all the kinks that we have. So it doesn't look so perfect. Yeah. The thing is, as a human, we are not perfect. And we are not meant to be perfect. Yeah. If everything is perfect, then it's too boring already. Right? So if I don't have my way of my style of talking, if I don't pause here and think, if I just continue monotonously, then I'm like a robot. I'm like an AI already. Yeah. So we keep what's human, and then we leave the the boring things, the repetitive tasks to AI for them to do it. Yeah. So that's where we shine, right? Okay. Or we just simply just live a life. We have time for the family. We go to the beach. We have a holiday, volunteering, read. How many of you have not read a book this year? I don't want to say how many years lah. I just say this year. I've not touched a book yet. Okay. No shame, no shame. I'm not trying to shame all of you. But I'm just saying that this is the norm right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So do whatever that you like. Yeah, because that's where we are, because we are humans. We are not just meant to just work and die and pay bills and die. Okay. So hang out with friends. Yeah, do whatever we like. Cycling, swimming, go to the gym, jogging, running, immerse yourself in nature. Okay. And let AI help us as as good as we can. Yeah. So how do we cope with all this AI anxiety? We see all the news coming out. So how do we really cope with all this anxiety? So first of all, you need to be mindful. Okay, you need to be mindful of when the anxiety is happening. Okay, is it happening when you are doing the scrolling? When you're scrolling on social media, right? And then you see all these beautiful pictures. Wow, people painted. Okay, they're saying that, oh, this young chap, 17-year-old, 15-year-old, just created an app, or someone, or some company just came out with a new model. Yeah, and then you feel FOMO. So there's another function, a new function, and then you see people having kind of fancy videos, and then you think that, wow, it's really very hard for me to have that kind of skill, that kind of standard. And then after that, you feel that you're inferior. Okay. So that's where you need to be mindful. And then the most simple thing you can do is just to turn off all your social media app notifications. I've turned off my Instagram. I turned off my Facebook. I'm only left with Reddit, but then I still think Reddit is a bit annoying because it gives me like 3 to 5 pings a day. I don't like to be pinged. So my only ping, right, is WhatsApp. Yeah. Even Telegram, I got no ping from Discord, no ping from Slack. Yeah. So I want to keep my brain as clean as possible. And also, I don't watch news as well. Yeah. Because news to me is negative, right? So only bad news is newsworthy. Yeah. Do you ever see a lot of good news on the news channel? No, right? Yeah. So even on radio, if you anyone is driving here, is anyone driving? Yeah, Steve is driving. Okay. So if you're driving, do you listen to the radio or listen to Spotify?
Or I listen to one of the apps lah. It's about more to like ebooks, uh, kinds of thing, motivation, inspiration, something like that
Oh,
from China.
oh,
So
okay,
when
then
China,
that's
so
nice.
uh, yeah,
So so actually you're intentionally you're curating your feed, you're curating what goes inside your brain,
yeah, that's yeah,
which is pretty good. Yeah, but for most of us, we just listen to the radio, lor. Just listen to radio. And radio, they every half an hour they come out with news highlights. Yeah. And then the news highlight they'll talk about the US, right? Yeah, invading, taking over the port, destroying something, yada yada. So this kind of news is not good for us. Yeah. Listen to audiobook. Yeah. Yeah. So at least we are curating what goes inside our brain. Yeah. So I take that as our brain nutrients. But then there's a lot of us out there, no choice. We just casually just turn on the radio and then we hear the news highlights. And then it makes us feel anxiety again. The whole anxiety circle comes again. Yeah. So what can we do? We just like what our good friends are doing, like Steve. They say, okay, listen to podcasts, motivation. Jeff, listen to audiobook. Yes. So like intentionally curating your feed. Yeah. So friends, you guys can just turn off all your social media app notification. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter whether someone posted something new or whether someone replies to your comment or not. Yeah. You don't need to know it, or you don't need to reply instantly. And then you pick one or two feeds, okay? And then you just scroll on purpose. So when I mean scroll on purpose, right? It's not go to your For You page and then you just scroll blindly. Okay. So purposely follow a few, I wouldn't say more than 10, follow a few of the people, the influencers in your industry, okay, what you want to learn, yeah, from them. Yeah. And then just scroll on purpose. Yeah. So try to make it like a teaching, learning session every time. Yeah. So not just go to TikTok and then just look at those funny videos. I know sometimes it's funny lah. Yeah. Yeah. But then the thing is, what do you want? What do you actually want? Yeah. Okay. So here's another thing. You can actually create as much as you consume. So let's say, for example, if you are scrolling for 10 minutes, right? And let's say if you are a creator, you are doing social media, you're doing affiliate marketing, you're doing online marketing, all right? And then you need to create content. So in order not for you to feel bad, right? So you can set yourself some rules that every 10 minutes spent on scrolling on social media, okay, you can spend 10 minutes making something, make a content, prepare your content, okay? So spending the 10 minutes doesn't mean research, because you already done the research prior, which is your scrolling. So your scrolling should be your research, okay? So the 10 minutes should be spent on producing something, okay, generating your content plans, generating your posts, going to create your images, your carousels, just posting something, right? Spend the 10 minutes, okay. So today I have spent 10 minutes. Okay, let me spend another 10 minutes trying to post on LinkedIn. Okay, or maybe I focus on posting on YouTube, yeah, for example. Okay, or spend this 10 minutes trying to record a video, all right, or edit a video. Yeah. So let's try to be creating. Okay, let's try to be more of a on a creation process. Because when you're on a creative process, right, then that's where you're in the flow instead of you being the one that's always on the receiving end, being passive. So for once, you can try being active. Okay. Yeah, and then you can just touch the tool. So let's say if you see that, oh, okay, this GPT-5 is better than Fable and whatever, and then you see that all this comparison makes you feel very stressed, then you don't just read about it. You can just go and try and just be curious. So just open it tonight, and then you can try one small thing. Yeah. So like what Steve has done. Okay, help me to uninstall this anti-gravity. Okay, and which he did, and that's how he obtained the skill. All right. So it's like just like driving. You need to keep on driving. You need to practice driving on all sorts of roads, all sorts of terrains. Yeah. Whether you're doing an S curve or today you're doing a 3-point turn, 1.2 point turn. So you need to try. Yeah. Because if you don't try, you never know. So reading about AI is not the same as using it. So the same goes for whatever kinds of things that you're learning as well. Let's say today you're learning about digital marketing. Today you're learning about public speaking. So you need to be out in the public and give a speech, right? Okay. Or today you're learning about singing. Then it's not like you watch someone sing and then you know how to sing. You personally need to sing. Yeah, you can sing your bathroom or whatever, or sing in the KTV. Okay. So you need to catch the catastrophe before you act on it, before you become nervous. Then you need to catch and see where is this anxiety coming from and try to catch the feeling. Okay. And you ask yourself, what is the feeling that is going through me right now? Because when you see the news, right, say that okay, so and so which company they just X 20,000 people, then you think, oh, xiao liao, maybe I'm next to go, maybe it will affect my industry, maybe it will da 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 da. Okay, so your all your maybes, all your doom and gloom, all your negative thoughts suddenly comes in, and then you need to catch it, right? And you need to tell yourself, okay, so why am I feeling it this way? Okay, why am I feeling this way? And then you need to ask yourself, is this a fact or is this a fiction? Is this a fact or fiction? You pause, take a deep breath, breathe out, and then you ask yourself, is this a fact or a fiction? Okay. Is this stories that I'm telling in my head? If stories that are telling in my head, then you need to tell yourself, okay, so this is a story that I'm telling in my head. You need to say it out loud. Okay, this is a story that I'm telling out in my head. That's why you will find yourself, okay, being calm. Yeah. But every time you catch yourself being anxious, right, then you need to ask, okay, why am I feeling this way? Is this a fact or a fiction? Okay. So most of the time, right, once you slow it down, the problem is not the problem anymore. Okay. So AI anxiety, they go in silence. Okay. So if you keep it stuck in your head and it just loops and loops, it gets louder. So the moment you say to another person, right, whether it's a friend or you can just go to our group chat and just say it out loud. Okay, it loses its grip. Yes, and then you realize everyone else is actually quietly feeling the same thing. And you stop carrying alone. So that's exactly what you are doing right now by showing up tonight. Okay, so keep doing it after this call. So you can find one person that you can be honest with about or where you at. Yeah. Or you can just let us know in the group chat. So everything that we uncovered today, right, is for normal, is normal. Okay. Every day, every person will worry. Okay. Everyone will worry. Everyone will be kanchong and anxious. Okay. But that's workable. Yeah. The kind of uncomfortableness is uncomfort is actually workable. Okay, so I want to be straight with you on the other side as well. So if this starts to steal your sleep, and then it starts to, yeah, and then if it starts to disrupt your life, right, then you need to talk to someone who can actually properly help. Okay, like a counselor or someone that you can actually trust. So there's no shame on it. Yeah. Oh, Tony, watch Netflix. Comedies. Yes, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, sometimes go for milkshake and fries. Like just live your life and shut down your news for a while. Don't watch news. Watch soccer. No, if you bet, right, if people if they bet, right, then sometimes they'll get more anxious. Yeah. So I don't really gamble. Because if you gamble, then you'll be inclined for your team to win. And don't win, and then you feel worse. Okay. So now let's actually try to learn something new. Okay. Yeah, because since just now I talked about how do you cope with AI anxiety. Okay, let's do something fun. Let's just learn something new. Okay, anyone here uses Claude Code? Okay, Lee, Steve use Claude Code. Very good, very good. Okay, Mitch not yet. Okay, Tony no. Okay, Ernie no. No worries, no worries. Okay. So today I'm not going to teach you how to install Cloud Code. This one is very basic. You should know how to install yourself. Let me just catch up on the drink first. Catch my thirst. I'm drinking some herbal tea. It's supposed to help with my liver. So this few days, been waking up at 3 a.m. to watch soccer, to watch football. It's called what? 明觉子. I don't know what's that. Yeah. Bye France. Okay, so let me see. Where should I start first? Okay. Ah, I think there's a lot of brands for 明觉子. Okay, some quick updates on Claude. Okay, so if you have never seen how the Claude desktop app looks like, so this is the Claude desktop app. Okay, so if you go to Claude, right, the website, you are able to download the desktop app. Claude also has another version, which is for the Claude Code. So Claude Code, it can work in your terminal as well as the desktop app. Okay, so if you can see over here, right? So if you have been following my teaching, my lessons previously, right? You see, the last time the co-work was here on the left, okay, on top of in between home and code. But now it has shifted to over here in the chat box, which is the co-work tab. Yeah. So under the co-work tab, right? When you switch, you can use co-work. All right. And then this is chat. Yeah. Ultimately, I think you'll be the same soon. Yeah, if you ask me. Yeah. So what's the only difference over here is that okay, you see chat, right? And co-work. So co-work, it gives you project and it gives you folders. So that means co-work, you can be able to to let it run in your own folders. Okay. So let's say for example, if I choose a folder, right? I choose a download folder. Okay, and then you can allow. So Claude co-work. Now we are using the co-work function. You can edit, delete, or share these files with connected tools. Okay, you always allow. Then you can say, for example, how many image files do I have in this folder? For example, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so this is a new tip. So now they always come up with all these new tips, which are very useful. Like need changes, ask Claude to edit the file instead of making a new one. Yeah. Then when you click add to message, right? So this becomes a shortcut. Edit the file you have just made instead of creating a new one. So here's what I would change, and then you can put in your instructions from here. Okay, so that's one. Yeah. So another thing is you can see over here. I'll just stop this first. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the model cannot be changed once the session is started. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So you can see from here, we still have Fable 5. So Fable 5 until July 19. They keep on extending. I'm not too sure why. Yeah. Maybe they want to get people to sign up for the subscription. So convert all those free plans into paid plans. Then you can get Fable 5. And then they keep on trying to sell you the FOMO lah. So again, it's FOMO. Yeah. But you don't need this for your everyday task. And even when you see just now, I was on Opus, right? 4.8. So Opus 4.8 is also very good. Okay. But most of the time, you can just use Sonnet. Yeah. It's efficient for everyday task. So I'll just use Sonnet. And why do I use Sonnet? Because of the usage. Okay. Because the more intelligent the model is, then it's more expensive. So like Fable 5, it draws down usage much faster than Opus 4.8. Just hang on, yeah. Okay, so Sonnet 5 is also new as well. So there's a new model. And you can also go back to see more models, which is Sonnet 4.6. You see from 4.6, they jump all the way to Sonnet 5. Okay, they just round up lah. Yeah. So to me, I can just choose 5. Yeah. So Haiku 4.5, if you're just doing very, very simple for quick answers, if you're just like treating your Claude as a chatbot, like your chat GPT, right? Then you can just use haiku. Yeah, but most of the time, if let's say I want to ask a question and then I want the AI agent to give me answers that are based on the latest information, I don't use Claude, I don't use ChatGPT, I use Gemini. Because Gemini is able to, or use Perplexity, because they're able to generate sources that are the most updated, right? Yeah, because all these AI models, right? They are trained on their knowledge database and which could be cut off like a certain date. Yeah. So they might not have the latest knowledge. Okay. Which is why then after that, then they will be able to, they'll tell you things that are not true, which is what we call AI hallucination. Okay. AI hallucination. So that's right, because AI is trying to please you. It's trying to please everyone. So the most basic prompt for all AI agents is be a helpful assistant. Yeah. So when I say be a helpful assistant, they want to be helpful. They don't want to disappoint you. Okay. So they'll come up with answers that please you. Yeah. And AI being AI, it's random. Yeah. So sometimes you might not get that same answer as well. Yeah. So you always need to say, go back to go and search on the latest knowledge source. Yeah. Okay. So here's a brief introduction for people, for our friends who have not joined our AI class before. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is the app, the desktop app, and then here are projects. So projects are what you can create. Okay, so these are your internal projects where you can be able to write instructions. Okay, let's say I can specify instructions over here. Okay, and then it also has memory, right? So you document everything, whatever that you say in the chat, right? You document in the memory. And so this becomes your silo, right? And this is not shared by your other general threads as well. Okay, so it also has a its own memory, okay, from this project. And it also has its context. That means you can add in your folders, a drive. So let's say, for example, if you wanted to just refer to your Google Drive or refer to a specific folder and you want it to do things for you, okay? And then you can just use this, all right? You can use projects. So whether you want to use chat or use code, it all depends on you, yeah? And also we have artifacts. So artifacts, you are able to build things, build like mini applications. So mini applications you can build using artifacts. So like for example, I have this artifact, which is a boardroom. This is a market intelligence. So this dashboard, I think I showed before. Yeah. And you're able to get scheduled tasks as well. So scheduled tasks like for myself. So every morning at 7 a.m., I ask the AI to help me to see this the instructions that I give. Go to web and find the latest AI news for the past 7 days. Write a newsletter. Yeah. And then after that, send it to via agent mail, send it to my subscribers. And also lastly, help me to post on Substack. Yeah, so Substack is like a blogging platform. Mhm. Okay, so yeah, a lot of these apps. So dispatch is like your remote control. So like, let's say currently you are working on something on the computer and then you just let the AI agent run by itself, but you need to get out from your home or get out from your office, right? But you still want to monitor the task. So that's where you can be able to use this dispatch function. Okay. So you can dispatch a task or code session from the mobile app. And your Claude, right? As long as your computer is not shut down, okay, it will keep on working. All right. And then you can, so you can set all these, toggles. So this is the customization. So customization, you are able to customize skills. So skills are a set of instructions or workflows that you give so that every time you do not need to prompt the whole thing again. You just say, for example, slash anti-slop carousel, and then it does a skill. Okay, slash carousel creator. So you just generate the skill for you. Okay, so that's skill for you. Okay. So you don't need to keep on prompting the same thing again and again and again. Yeah, because now you already teach the AI what to do already. Okay, and also connectors. So you're able to connect to a whole lot of applications over here. Say, for example, our basic one, you can connect to Gmail, okay, you can connect to your Google Drive, your Google Calendar, Microsoft 365, if you have your company SharePoint, OneDrive, Outlook, or Teams. Or if you do note taking on your Notion or you're on Canva, yeah. So Canva, you can search, create, autofill, and export. So if you're not too sure what all this can do, right, you can just click inside and you can see the functions. So the tools are here. So whatever you can do, you can see from here. You can search design, get design. Yep. So actually it's for you to explore. There's so many things that you can do. You can even create Miro boards if you're doing project planning. Yeah. If you have CRM, you can use monday.com. Okay. What else? You can also filter. So you can filter by interactive, desktop, web, or category. Okay. Category. Let's say I go to media. So turn any topic into a mini interactive quiz mini game. Okay. Wistia. Video hosting. Okay. So for example, if I go to Wistia, so Wistia is my video hosting account, for example. And then I can say, create a Wistia channel, help me to upload my local video on my local folder, upload onto Wistia, for example. Okay. Get webinars. There's so much things you can do. Yeah, you can just explore. So if you are not too sure what you can do, right, you can always connect. After you connect, then you go to Claude and then you ask Claude, so what can you do with Wistia? So Claude will tell you what you can do with that. Okay. So this matters for you. You are able to connect everything so that it can help you to go to all your apps and you can create a workflow from there. So it will work seamlessly for you. Okay. Another thing is plugins. So plugins are like a set. So it's a set of skills and also set of connectors. So imagine the plugin as a combo of both skills and connectors. So which is like a bundle of what you need in order for you to perform something. Let's say, for example, this is a design plugin from Anthropic from Claude. Okay, so what it does, it accelerates design workflows, UX writing, accessibility, audits. Yeah, so you can see these are the skills that once you install the plugin, right, you have to install everything plus the connectors. Okay, so these are the connectors that you can use for this plugin. All right, and then after that, you need to activate each of them. Okay, so this is in a nutshell what is Claude. Okay, so if you have time after this class, you can actually go and install Claude. Okay, so Claude has a free trial, so you can always install the free trial and then try to figure it out yourself, play yourself. Okay, sorry. Let me just look at the chat. Okay, so Nisa is saying about please show the memory again, right? Okay, so the memory, it goes to the projects. Under your projects, it has a memory. Okay, so actually all this memory, right, is based on my instructions, right? After conversing with the AI, with Claude, and then I tell it, okay, please remember to do this, please remember to do that. And then after that, you automatically you put into the memory. So that's the memory. Okay. So I don't really get to, you see, I can I edit? I can't edit the memory. Oh, actually, Yeah, I can actually edit the memory and then on a text file and then I can save it. Yeah. But most of the time I don't need to do that. Yeah, because this is actually memory for AI. Yeah. So if you're working on projects, right, on a long-term basis, so it might be helpful for you to create a project. Yeah. And then you can put in your instructions. Like for this one is your assessor for headquarters. So you need to fill up this template, yada yada. Okay. So never ever use M dashes. Okay, so this is my instructions. Okay. So Carl asked about how much do I pay for all these AI tools. So I may be surprised. I only pay for Claude, which is US $20. Yeah. What else do I pay? Oh, I'm using Gemini. I'm using a free Gemini, free Notebook LM, free ChatGPT. Yeah. And maybe I have Kling. Yeah, Kling AI, and also Seed Dance. And it does not cost me a lot. Yeah. And also have DeepSeek. This DeepSeek API only put like $5 inside. So the DeepSeek is actually for me to run my Hermes agent and also OpenClaw AI agents. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Steve is asking about plugins. Yeah. So plugins, right? It's a bundle. So imagine it's like a zip file. Then it comes with a certain set of skills and also a certain set of connectors. Let's say, for example, today I'm running I want to create a plugin. I want to create a accounting plugin. So I say, wow, this accounting plugin, it is able to help you to scan your receipts and reads your email, detects invoices, help you to chase your customers based on the invoices. So that means after I mentioned all these things, right, that means I need to connect to my email, okay, and then I need to connect to my probably my accounting software. I need to connect to my maybe Google Sheets so that I know my balance, that kind of thing. So it's a combination of everything. Okay, it's a bundle. That's why it's called a plugin instead. Yeah. So artifacts is I would say similar to Lovable and not really as well because Lovable is more like a full-fledged app. Yeah, but artifacts is actually for yourself to use it. Yeah. So artifacts like I can build dashboard, I can build other things. Yeah. What else have I built now?
Brandon, so for the artifact, right?
Oh, sorry. Can you speak louder?
So for the artifact, right, this similar to, I mean, you just put the prompt, right, and then uh, generate for you.
Sorry. Again, I cannot hear.
Just you see, you just put the prompt like lovable, and then if you generate for you, then you
Uh,
just keep prompting something like that, is it?
yes, yes, yes. Actually, you can do that. Yeah. So artifacts is you can just like what you mentioned, right? You can create a chat artifact or code
Oh,
artifact. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So you prompt and then it just works for you. Yeah. So a chat artifact, right? So this is like what is this? I don't remember what is this already. So there's actually two types of artifacts. One which is a chat artifact, another one which is a co-work artifact. So co-work artifact is able to get is able to plug in, yeah, use your connectors and plugins. But a chat artifact is more like okay, today I just want to design a landing page, a web page. Yeah. So that is like not dynamic, it's a static. So for static, you just use a chat artifact. Yeah. Otherwise, you go to co-work and then you use a create a co-work artifact. Yeah. which is when one click, right? You say, okay, I want to make a live artifact, explain what live artifacts are in Cowork, and then look at my connectors, ask me a few questions to figure out what kind of live artifact would be most useful for me. So this is the prompt. Yeah, I don't need to, it's the default prompt. Okay. Okay. So Nisa is saying to go to customize again. So let's go to customize. Yeah. So under customization, so these are my existing skills that I have. Okay. And this is a connector. Yeah, what I'm connected to. And then we have the plugins. Yeah. So these are the plugins. Okay. So let's move on. So this is just a orientation for Claude and what's new on for Claude. Okay. So another thing I want to share, right? Okay, let me just stop. Okay, another thing I want to share, right, is actually how do we use AI to increase our productivity? Okay, to increase our productivity. Yeah, we see a lot of people have been talking about, oh, today I just developed this flashy app. Yeah, but you know that app doesn't really do anything much for you, except that it looks cool. Yeah, so you cannot be always using AI just to create app or create websites, right? You need to do something useful. Okay, so what can we do that can help us to make our life easier? Okay, that's where we will talk about productivity. Okay, taking notes live while you interview. So let's say, for example, if you today you are an interviewer. Okay, so if you're an interviewer, you don't just stop at one interview, because you need to take, like, you need to interview 10 or interview 20 before you get to the suitable person. But then sometimes if you are not the only decision maker and then you need to take important notes, or today if you're in a meeting, in a Zoom meeting or whatever, and then you need to take important notes live, you need to take live notes, not just talking about like your Zoom summary or your Zoom transcript. We're talking about live. If today you want to capture something live, okay, so one thing you can do is just you can type if you're good, okay, in typing you can type, or if you're good in shorthand you can do. Okay, but what I want to show you today is how you can be able to fill up your form. Let's say, for example, if you have this form, this interview form, let's take for example, if today you're doing interview, you're interviewing 10 people today, in your very busy day, 10 people. Okay, and then you can't possibly recollect, remember everything that people say, right? Okay, so you must have like certain kind of questions that you want to ask, and then that's where you'll tend to take down notes. But sometimes as a human, right, when we babble too fast, we keep on babbling and then too fast, and then you might forget certain information, might miss out certain information. So that's where we are able to use Flow. So I'd like to introduce you to this tool called Flow. So it's Whisper Flow. So it is a audio to text tool. So why do I recommend Whisper Flow? I don't work there. Yeah, because Whisper Flow, right, is actually faster than me typing. Yeah. I consider myself to type quite fast, but then sometimes I still couldn't catch whatever people are saying. Yeah. So I need to use this tool, which is a voice to text tool, and then it's able to help us to clean up whatever kind of conversations that we have. Let's say, for example, or RMs, all the pauses, is able to clean it up. Yeah. And almost like a very short delay, probably like a 1 second delay or maybe 2 second delay. It all depends, yeah, on how long the recording is. But usually what I do is I'll do like a short. Let me just do a simple demonstration, right? Okay. So let's say, for example, just now I mentioned about interview. Okay. So who wants to volunteer be my interviewee? I just want to demonstrate something. Okay, just unmute yourself. Come on.
Ah,
Okay,
hello.
Steve.
Ah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, Steve, you're sounding a bit
Oh,
soft, right? I think
Ah,
your mic is
now is it okay?
yeah, excellent. Okay,
Okay,
Steve. Okay, so Steve, let's say me and you, right, pretend that today you are here to for an interview for a job.
right.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'm the interviewer. So you are my fifth interviewer. And then I still have another five more to go. And then I'm
Okay.
very hungry. So I'm not really paying attention to whatever you're saying already, because now it's like close to lunchtime, and then I'm thinking of, okay, what do I want to eat for lunch? And then my colleagues are all waiting for me. Yeah, so you are my last candidate before lunch. I make it so complicated. Yeah. So okay, so let's act, let's pretend. Okay, let's role
Ah,
play. Hi Steve. So welcome to sorry, welcome. Hi Steve, good afternoon, good evening to you.
hi, Brandon. Yeah.
Uh,
Good afternoon.
yeah, thanks for coming into this interview.
Ah, all right.
Okay. All right. So do you know what job you're applying for? I'd say you can say whatever.
Yeah, I interview for the online marketing.
Okay, cool. Online marketing, right? Okay, can you tell me briefly about your experience?
Oh, I've been working for the online marketing for 5 years, right? So we handle all the Facebook ads marketing, all right, and then we do the copywriting, we do the design, okay. I do the basically A to Z for the marketing agency, no?
Okay, that's nice. Can you tell me about one of your major achievements during your 5 years in marketing?
Oh, we helping several business owner, right, to achieve the two comma clubs awards, right, and then help them to increase the sales to the next level, and also get more leads, right, and getting better conversion.
Oh, that sounds excellent. Okay. So you see, I have not been typing.
Wow.
Okay. So can you let me know what is your ideal employer? How does your an ideal employer looks like or feels like?
My ideal employer is meaning they have a good vision and mission, right? So we can follow, and especially there is some training, all right, some growth, personal growth together in terms of personal and career path.
Okay, that sounds nice. Okay, thank you, Steve. Thank you. So you all see, I did not type. What I do is I just let this whisper flow help me to record the transcript. And then you see the right? All the pauses, the awkward pauses, it's all eliminated. It's all removed from the transcript itself. Yeah. So that's one of the use case that I always do. Okay, which is to yeah, because I use a lot of I do a lot of interviews as well. Yeah. So this is what I mean by capturing the transcript live. And then you can actually input in the document instantly. I don't need to copy and paste, extract the transcript from your note taker or whatever. I can just do it live from here. Yeah.
So this one, right, you need to connect like Zapier, something like that, from Whisper to
Oh,
Google
no need.
Sheet. No
No
need.
need. Okay. So let me just show you guys how to use that. Okay. So Whisper. So Whisper is a tool, right? It's a desktop tool that you can download. Yeah. So it's available for Mac, Windows, iPhone, Android. I've used it for phone. I don't think it's as user friendly for phones because phone, right? You still need to change the keyboard to the Whisper keyboard. Yeah. So I just use it for my Mac lah. So what it does, right? So what you're seeing here, over here, this is the Whisper. I'm using the free plan. Yeah, so the free plan also work lah. Yeah. So it says that you get 2,000 words per week upgrade for unlimited access. So let's go and see. Yeah, I don't think I've hit 2,000 weekly word limit, but then I can still use it. So I'm not too sure what is the difference because I don't see the difference. Yeah. Okay. Desktop, 2,000 words, dictionary, snippets, support for 100 languages. Yeah. So if you're on a pro plan, it's $15 Sing dollars. Okay. Everything in basic, unlimited words per week on devices. All right. And then okay, I don't do this for vibe coding. So basically, you just need to use your shortcut. Okay, so for me, it's like my shortcut is hold the control button. So while Steve was speaking, right, I was actually toggling the image capture, the whisper flow. Yeah, the voice capture. Okay, and then the microphone is actually using the inbuilt mic or auto detect. Actually, is the same thing lah. Yeah. Okay. So whatever that is captured, right, it will come into the history because sometimes the this thing might lag. I'm not just saying that the good things. Yeah, I must say about the bad things as well. So sometimes when the conversation gets too long, okay, and then after that it might lag, and then the dialogue might disappear. But it does not just disappear just like that. Okay, you'll go back to your app. Yeah. So you'll be here, and then you can just copy, right? Copy the transcript from here, and then you can paste it back. So it's really very easy to use. And then there's no Zapier involved. So what I do is I just click on to this, let's say Google Sheet, right? And then I just toggle testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. No, I don't even need to connect to Google Sheets. Yeah. It's like this thing is live on my computer. Yeah. So like I can just put in the chat box, like over here, the Zoom chat box. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. So as long there is a text box on your computer, okay, if you open up your Apple Notes or you open up your Word drive, your Google Drive, whatever kind of things, yeah, as long as there's an input for text, right? I just need to double click Brandon Lee. Okay, where is it? Brandon Lee. Oh, okay, so don't know why. So I go to capture Brandon Lee. The job experience. I have been in marketing for 5 years, so we handle all the Facebook marketing, and then we do copywriting, we do design. Yeah, okay. So this is how it works. All right. Can I send WhatsApp message? Can. Like I said, as long as there is a text box, you can just say it over it. Yeah. For WhatsApp, actually WhatsApp there's a function as well. If you're talking about WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp has the keyboard has a microphone function that you can use. Yeah, if you're using iOS, right? You're using iOS, then you'll see that there's actually a keyboard function. Yeah, there's a microphone function, sorry, on your keyboard. And then you can also use dictation. Yeah. So yeah, this is how you can be
So,
able to.
so means that you just install the flow in your desktop and then you just click anywhere, like WhatsApp or maybe the Google Drive, Google Sheet, and then you
Mhm.
just speak, and it can
Yeah,
detect and feel. But
yes.
that's
Okay.
interesting.
So let me just do a demonstration on Claude Code. Let's say I'm on Claude Code, right? If you're using the Claude Code, this is the terminal. So Claude Code terminal is not just only for coding. You can use it for to do your documents, to create things, create websites, create files, clean up your files or whatever things that you want to do. Or you can also access the internet for you. Yeah, but then you'll be using your browser instead. Yeah, so basically everything that you can do with the desktop app, just that it's faster. Yeah, if you're talking about using co-work, you have tried co-work before and then you think that co-work is a little bit slow and sometimes it has some hiccups, you can try using Cloud Code for the same kind of things that you want to do. Yeah, if you can't think of anything that you want to do, you can just let me know, then I'll give some ideas as well. Yeah, so let's say for example, if I'm on this, okay, help me to create a landing page for a fictitious brand called Cola Cola. Yeah. So as long as you can see the cursor, right, there's a text input. So instead of typing the text, now it becomes an audio to text input. That means you can always toggle the whisper flow anywhere. Yeah. As long as there's a way for you to input the text. Yeah. So instead of typing, then we just use audio. Sounds good? Is this useful? If it's useful, type yes in the chat and let me know. Because for me, really real life scenario, because I need to interview people. Yeah. So I cannot type as fast because sometimes people they speak too fast. Yeah. So these are these are the examples of the use case of how it can actually really boost your productivity. Okay, let me show you another example. Okay. I just stop this first. Okay. So I'll just continue from the clock code, right? To show you another example. Okay. I have just interviewed one candidate, Steve, for our marketer position. Or maybe I can use that. I can just use the whisper instead. Can you help me to go to Google Sheet and help me compile and make it into a report? But before you do that, help me to clean up the input from the Google Sheet. You may ask me other questions. You may clarify before you start. Okay, so you see now it's asking me MCQ questions. Okay, I'll paste the link, put the link directly. Clean up means to normalize structure. Uh, okay, so okay? So let's say it's a written format in the document. Word doc document. I mean, okay, paste the Google Sheet. So now it's pulling the data from the Google Sheet, right? And you see there's this pipe dream MCP. So what is this pipe dream MCP all about? Because if you don't connect it to a connector, you will not be able to go to your Google Sheet. You will just go to your Chrome and try to retrieve from there the browser, which is um ineffective. It's slow. Okay, although you still can do it, but just that it's a little bit slow. So let me show you what's Pipe Dream. So this is Pipe Dream where you can connect the APIs, connect your AI, your databases, everything to it. Yeah. So for myself, right, let's go here. Yeah. So you can manage over 3,000 apps, 10,000 tools that you can do, right? And so I just simply just connect my Google Sheets to this because although Claude itself, it has a connector function, but sometimes they are limited by the access. Yeah. So I use this. Yeah. You can always try to use the Claude connector. See if it works. If it doesn't work, then you can use Pipe Dream instead. Okay. Okay. So let's go back. Okay, we got some question here. The same action can also be done in Claude Cowork as well. Yeah. So like whatever that I ask Claude Code to do right over here. Yeah. Like interview a candidate, help me to go to Google Sheet, yada yada, compile, making a report, make it into a document, right? So all these things I can also do it in Claude Cowork. But now I try to shift all my workflow to Claude Code because I think that Claude Code is faster. Yeah. And it gives you less errors. Yeah. Okay. Another question from Tony. Tony said, try this scenario. Your kids come to the room, shout, "Hey, Dad, I want to watch Kung Fu Panda." Okay. So my flow, right, is only activated when I toggle. It's a manual. Yeah. It's a manual toggle. It does not just record everything that I say. Unless I activate it, I toggle it with the control button. Yeah, so you can actually set your shortcut keys. So for myself, I just set the shortcut key as a control. Yeah. Yeah, this mcp.pipedream.com. Yeah. Yeah. How to delete. Um Something you said. How to delete something you said. Oh, then you just delete. Yeah, because this is a text input. So let's say, for example, if you are toggling the whisper flow and then you want to delete something that someone that you don't want, you can just delete because it's text. Yeah. So you can just delete it. No worries. And right now, if I have given the Claude Code an instruction, of what I want to do, then of course I cannot roll it back. It will just run unless I stop it. Yeah, unless I stop it. Okay. So Steve also has another question, right? Because I was saying about the Claude Cowork and versus Claude Code. So will it take more tokens in Claude Code? Actually, I think that Cowork actually spends more tokens. I'm not too sure. Yeah, because last time before I use all my before I use Claude Code, I was using Cowork a lot of times, right? Because last time you all that here I always talk about Cowork, how wonderful it is. Yeah. Okay. Now it's done. Okay. So summary of what happened, the sheet cleanup. So let's go and look at it. Where is it supposed to? It's supposed to put inside the content. Okay, so let's go to content. Sort by kind. Where is the report? Okay. Save it in the content. Okay, let me share my screen again. The Windows desktop. Save it in the content folder. Okay, so it's saved in the content folder. Let's go and see. Okay, content folder. So Steve, interview report. So you see, I just it's loading. So Claude Code just helped me to create a document based on my input from the Google Sheets. But of course, this is you might have your own format, and then you can ask, you can put in your boxes, your tables, and then you can ask Claude Code to help you to fill up the fields that you have. Okay, so this is Claude Code, not just only do coding, although it might sound scary, like Claude Code, only for coding, but you can use it to do admin stuff as well. Something like as simple as this. Yeah, trying to create your own documents or edit documents. Let's say you have slides that you want to edit, you can edit your PPTs as well. You can be able to do that. Yeah. Or you want it to, let's say if you have a lot of documents. So all these Word documents, you have maybe 20 or 50 Word documents, and then you want to export into PDF in one go, right? One way which can do is use batch processing. Another way which you can do is to get Claude to help you to do. Yeah. Because say go to this folder. So all the files in this folder, right? Just help me to export this into PDF. So basically, it can be able to do that for you. Okay. So that's one way of how you can be able to boost your productivity. Okay, let's see what else I have. Okay, so turn Word documents, edit your Word documents into bulk, turn them into PDFs. So another thing is Composio. So just now I show you Pipe Dream. So now this is Composio. So Composio and Pipe Dream, they are quite the same, as in they both are able to connect to all sorts of tools so that you can be able to manage them within one interface, which is your AI agent, which is your Claude. Okay. So for example, you can ask Composio, you can connect to your Google Calendar, you can ask Claude to read your emails as well. So this is one really true scenario, right, which really happened to me, is that I had two calendar invitations, which I totally missed out. Yeah, I totally did not accept or reject the email, the calendar invites, because I was simply bombarded with too many emails in my Gmail. Yeah. And then happened to the meeting came, and then the person say, "Hey, why didn't you turn up for the meeting?" I said, "Oh, I did not receive any invites because I saw my Google Calendar is empty, mah." Yeah. Because every day I'll just look into my Google Calendar, see what's happening next. Yeah, but it's empty. Then they say, "Oh, but we already sent you this calendar invite like 1 week ago." So that's where I thought, okay, I went back to check. Oh yeah, I really did receive the calendar invites, but then I did not do anything about it. There was no action taken. I did not accept, I did not reject. Yeah. So initially I already thought that I might be busy during that time, but just that I did not accept. So the other party thought that okay, I was okay with it for the meeting. Yeah. So here's one really good useful use case that I use it for me right now. So for my AI agent, right, I ask my AI agent every day, help me to check my Google, my Gmail, help me to look out for any calendar invites. Okay. Especially calendar invites that I have not accepted. How do they know? They go to see my calendar invites, and then after that, go to my Google Calendar, and then they compare, they match, and see if I miss anything. So if I miss anything, they'll flag up, say that you have a pending calendar invite. Yeah. So that's why I'll take action. Okay. So you see how you are able right now to have a personal assistant to help you. Yeah. So in this way, I'm able to not miss or lessen the risk of missing any important meetings, yeah, any invites in my Gmail. So another way you can do is actually you can connect to your Gmail and say every morning, help me to give me a daily digest of the important email that I should be replying. Or maybe for the past week, have I been missing out on any unread emails that is not like system messages, they're not promotional. Someone asked me something, but just that I forgot about it. Maybe I've read, but I forgot to reply. So based on all this context, the AI agent is able to help you to read, and then after that to reflect back to you, to report back to you. Yeah. So actually the connector is the same thing. I just go to Composio. Okay. So it's composio.dev. Okay. But just that because I'm already connected, so it just shortcut go inside. Let me see. Composio.dev. Okay. So Composio. This is also is able to connect to everything. So you see there's a use case over here. Summarize everything important from Slack in the last 48 hours and a digest. So if you're using Slack for your communication, you're using Telegram, whatever, it's able to connect. And then you can use this to output to something else. Yeah. Whatever things that you cannot find with Claude, you can find here. Or you can find in PipeDream. Okay. So you just need to test it out. And you can try to, so this is what we call by automation, like workflow automation. Basically, it's just connecting things, just like Lego, right? You connect one by one block at a time, yeah, and then try to make sense of it. So the same for workflow as well. Yeah, I'm not going to teach you like any workflow, all this. All these are too complicated, too techy. Yeah. But a simple workflow can be done just by using all these tools to connect to one another, and then with a central platform, which is your engine. So your engine is your AI agent, which is your Claude. All right. Or it could be your, I think ChatGPT nowadays, they are able to connect to a lot of things as well. So if you're using ChatGPT, please feel free to go ahead and connect to some of the things that I mentioned earlier. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got some questions over here. Means we need make a new AI agent for this action. No need. Yeah, because you just need to connect to your, okay, let's say for example, I'm using Composio, right? So Composio, if you see my screen, you go to Composio, I can connect the app. Okay. I don't need to make a new AI agent. I just need to connect. Yeah. Install. Okay, over here. If you are using Claude Code, so you click on install. Okay. And then you just need to copy the prompt. Yeah. So this prompt, right? Let me see. What's the prompt? New document. So this is the prompt. So you just need to share this prompt. Just share it to your Claude Code. That's all. Right? Install the Composio CLI by running this. And then after that, second step, log in to Composio by running Composio login. And then after that, once it gives you Composio login, you're logged in from your browser.
Oh, no,
So that's how.
no, actually, the one I say is the news. Not news, the Gmail. The Gmail.
Oh, Gmail.
That one, no need, right? Actually, no need purposely do a new AI agent, right?
No need. So actually, you can connect to, if you're using Claude, right? Then you can connect to Claude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you just go to Cowork.
Mm,
Yeah. You go to Claude Cowork, right? Or you got to go to Claude Code.
okay.
Yeah. And then you say, I've connected to Composio. So your
Okay.
Composio, let's say you are connected to whatever your
All right.
your Google Drive or whatever, and then you say, okay, give me news updates and into my Google Drive. Yeah, give me the
Okay.
document, whatever, or help me create a draft email
Mm.
like every Monday at 8 a.m.
Just curious, because I heard a lot of people say, or they do a new AI agent for example, for building the funnel or maybe do the copywriting. That one, right, actually, how they do that? Is it a set of the SOP, then they turn it into like empty file and
Mm.
then feed to the AI agent, something like that. Is that something like that?
Yeah. Okay. So what you can do is you can use. So AI agent is just a set of prompts, a set of instructions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to use this repetitively, right? Let's say, for example, you want to make this AI agent into a so-called a funnel master.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you can just use you can go to Claude Code and you say
Okay.
create an agent for a funnel master. And then
Mm,
after you specifically you give them the instructions that you want. So it
mm.
has a set of instruction, it has a set of folder. So you
Where to
create your
upload?
work.
Yeah? Can you share with me in the Claude call word, right? How to upload the instruction?
Cloud co-work, huh? Okay. So co-work, if you're looking at a co-work right now, okay. So let's go to projects.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're in project, right? So over here, okay. For example,
Oh,
this is my prompt master. Okay. So you are Lyra, a master level AI prompt optimization specialist. Our mission transform any user input into precision crafted prompts that unlock AI's full potential across all platforms. Okay. So you see over here, so these are
ah,
the instructions.
okay.
Mm, yeah. So in fact, right, if you don't know how to give instruction, you can just tell Claude to help you to come up with a set of instructions as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how they come up with a set of instructions. Okay. And then you can give you context. Let's say, for example, if today you are doing funnel and then you maybe have some copywriting examples that
Yeah.
are really highly proven, convertible, then you can just put inside, okay, add upload from device. Maybe you have a folder. Okay. So yeah. So let's say, for example, if this is the folder, then just add. You just add the files. Yeah. Just add the files. Or you can add a wait. Okay, because I did not add the folder earlier on for this project. Yeah. So now I can only add files, but it's also good anyway. You can also add files. Yeah, or add photos, whatever that you want. Add your logo. Yeah. So your branding will always come out. So that's how
How
you
about let's say I want to train this AI agent, right? Like for example, Russell Brunson, the master of the marketing. So I just input the PDF file of all his book. Is it
yeah,
possible? So it
yes,
become I have any question, right? I ask this AI agent is actually asking Russell Brunson. Is that
yes,
correct?
yes. And then over here, then you just put instruction, your Russell,
Oh, okay.
master level, uh, conversion specialist. Okay. Your mission is to blah blah blah. And then after that, you can say refer to the project context, for example, project context, which I have uploaded all the PDFs of highly converted copywriting and also use my brand images. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then once you set this project instructions, you can come up with a new chat, right? So this new chat, and then after that, you can say, okay, read up on the instructions and also the project context. And after that, start working. Yeah. So you'll just start working for you.
Mm. And
Yeah.
then when back to the outside, the normal one, when we open, it will be a specific for this AI agent, right? A
Yeah. So if you
specific
open,
section, right?
yeah, so if you open like a new one, right? So it's just either chat or co-work.
Ah,
Yeah, and then it does not come with any specified instructions. Does not come with memory. Yeah.
ah,
So the memory, right, for projects only stays in projects.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I just open the project and then I continue to work over there, right?
Yes, you can just continue
Okay,
go over there.
all
And
right.
then you can always have new chats.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you see, I have a few chats over here.
Oh,
So every time I like to have new chats because maybe this project is already done, but I still want to retain the instructions and also the
oh,
memory.
okay, okay.
Yeah. You see, because my
Yeah,
instructions here, right? So I don't need to keep on repeating my instructions.
okay, sure.
So I treat this like a new task.
All right.
But it's still referring to the my project instructions. Okay, but let me just move on. Okay, so just now I showed how you can be able to use yeah. So Steve, you can actually explore terminal. Yeah, explore this terminal. Use Claude Code to do things for you as well. Yeah, because I think that this might be useful because I can say create a new agent copywriting that mimics Russell Brunson. This agent needs to be permanent, so I can call it out anytime. Okay, so instead of they call it AI agents, right? You can also call it as a skill. Yeah, as a Russell Brunson copywriter skill. So every time I can just call out this skill. Yeah, so now it's actually creating this copywriting agent. It says it's saved as user level. So user level, that means because I'm the user of this computer. Yeah. So I can be able to use it across all my projects, not just in this folder. So in any folders that I use, right, I can be able to call out this agent. Okay. So what do we mean by folder? Yeah. So if you see this, this is your terminal. Okay. So you need to know a little bit of prompts, a little bit. Yeah. So like this is a CD desktop. So on my desktop, right, I have a few folders. So now I just go to my apps folder. So under my apps folder, and then I'll just run Claude. Okay. So run Claude by itself, and it'll just spin out Claude. Okay. But this Claude is working under my desktop, under my apps folder. Okay. So any changes it make, right, it'll just make the changes in my apps folder. Yeah, you will not make changes in my other folders. All right. So I don't recommend you to call out Claude from your from a general folder. Let's say for example from a computer. Okay. So exit. So what I mean, right, is I don't recommend you to call out Claude from your root folder. So this is your so-called your root folder, which this is everything. So because Claude might mess up. Yeah. So always give it a control folder that you can work on. Okay, so now let's go to the next tab. So the copywriting agent is saved permanently. All right. So anytime you can call it, use the copywriting agent. Yeah. So if you have um more stuff, let's say for example, you want to reference, yeah, if your PDFs, everything is inside the local folder, you can say, okay, train the agent using this local folder. So you just train itself and update the memory. Yeah. Okay. So one, you can build a copyright, you can build agents, and two is you can build skills. Yeah, skills agent, I think almost the same thing lah. Yeah. So it's quite confusing, but then it serves the same function as well.
Oh, just now you mentioned the copywriting skill, right?
Mm.
How to train the skill?
Okay. So very easy. So skills, right? So you see, these are my available skills first. I show you /skills. So these are all my skills. All right. So how you train your skill, right, is to say create a code. So Ransom copywriting skill that I can activate in any folder, for example. Okay. So that's how you create the skills. It's just by talking to the AI.
So when I want to use the skill, right, I just press the slash and then it will come out, then you are just select the
Yes,
skill,
that's
right?
right. That's right. And you can even give them a set of instructions as well. Let's say, okay, for example, the other time I was saying that every time I end what you call it, I end a coaching session on Zoom, right? And then what we need to do is we need to go into Zoom. We need to download the video. We need to copy the transcript. We need to copy the meeting summary, and then we need to upload to YouTube. So there's a lot of all this process. So all these work processes, right, can be saved into a skill. You just need to step by step edit your skill. Okay. Let's say, for example, right now, very basic. is a copywriting skill I can activate in any folder. Then the next step I can say is generate based on the prompts that I give, help me to create every time when you run a skill, right? Help me to create a landing page. Yeah, something like that. Or go to my ClickFunnels. Yeah, because maybe you already connected your ClickFunnels. So the skill is able to be connected to your ClickFunnels and do something about it. Yeah. Okay, so now it's in already. So Russell Brunson copywriting. Yeah, okay. So it's asking you, okay, what do you want return? Actually, this is not the best way because it's just too complicated. Yeah. So it's best if you can modify the instructions until you are really very sure what you want to do with the skill. Yeah. Like you can tell it to help you to look at your competitors. Yeah. So every time you activate this skill, maybe you just need to input the URL of the company. Okay. So once you input the URL of the company, then after that, you give it another set of instruction to say that, okay, go to my competitor Facebook ads library, look at their performing ads, best performing ads. And then after that, let's steal the structure and then come out with our own copy. Something like that. Yeah. Whatever you want it to do, it can do it for you. And then you just need to slowly put it into your skill. Just keep on editing. Okay. Right. So let's go back. Let me see. Yeah, so Composio, just now I mentioned about Composio. So Composio is just like a pipe dream. Yeah. So it can be able to connect to a lot of things that you want it to connect. And then that's how you can be able to improve your productivity one step at a time. Yeah. So anytime if you caught yourself doing boring work, repetitive work, that you think that, hey, probably I can outsource to my PA, to my AI PA, then you can ask Claude, is there a way that I can be able to automate this process, can outsource to an AI agent? You say, I have Composio and I have Pipe Dream MCP. Please help me to look into it. And then they'll go and research for you and say, oh, actually, you have a connector from Composio, or you can actually use a Claude connector. Yeah, because sometimes if you use the native Claude connectors, it might not have the necessary features. Yeah. Also, you always need to compare the features. Like I say, features like probably Claude can only read. It's a read only. It can only read your calendar. It cannot create new items in your calendar. I'm just saying that, for example. And then if you use Composio, Composio is able to help you to edit, create new calendars, and help you to send out emails as well. Yeah. Just taking for example, yeah, some of the things that what it can do, what it cannot do. Okay. So that's for productivity. Yeah. And then we want to also talk about skills. Okay. Skill set. If we have a certification, then of course we can go with certification. Yeah. So this is where if you are into AI, and then if you are actually upgrading yourself, and then you want to have some certs that might help you along your career. You wanted to put your credential in your LinkedIn, your profile, in your resume. And then this is actually what you can do, one step at a time. Instead of just feeling nervous, anxious, and don't know where to go, right? You can go to these places, right? So this is Google. So Google has career certificates for job ready skills, right? most of them are free. Okay. So what you can get is a Google AI professional cert. And then you can get a Google's the cert up. So the cert will appear in your LinkedIn. Yeah. And then you can also download the cert as well. So this is a 7-course series, right? So what are the things that you will learn? Is you will learn AI fundamentals, AI for brainstorming and planning, AI for research, insights, AI for writing and communicating, AI for content creation, AI for data analysis, AI for app building. So all these are mini courses. So if you see like it's 3 hours, right? But actually it's a bite size because inside there's a lot of mini videos that you can watch at your own pace. Yeah. So these are all pre-recorded videos. And then you also, of course, you have activities to do. And also you have assessments for you to complete as well. And then that's where you are able to get your cert after that. Right. So once you have graduated, so-called, and you can get this Google AI professional cert, and you can add this to your LinkedIn, your resume or CV. Yeah. So for now, this is free. Yeah. So another thing that you can take, right, is Anthropic. So Anthropic, they are the makers of Claude. Anthropic.skilljar.com. So Anthropic also has some courses. So if you always hear Brandon keep saying Claude, 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 but then maybe I go too advanced. So you can always start from the basics. Just go here, Claude 101. Learn how to use for everyday work tasks, understand the core features. So start from 101 first. If you're overwhelmed with too many things out there, just stick to this 101. Start from 101 first. It's free. Yeah, register. It's free. So this is a curriculum. Okay. So maybe I might not be the best person to explain. So if you are someone that likes to follow a certain structure, yeah, so you can go into all these courses. Why at the time, not too many courses at once? Yeah, because it takes time as well. If you're just clicking through without understanding, then also no point. Yeah, right. Connecting your tools, enterprise search, research mode, use case. Yeah, so this is 101. And then Claude Code, learn how to use Claude Code effectively. So like I said, Claude Code is not just for developing apps. It can do a lot of things. Mm. But mainly here is actually teaching you how to use Claude Code for software. Yeah. But if you don't do software, you can actually skip. But then, like I mentioned, you don't just need to use this for software. You can use this for a lot of things. Yeah. So workflow, you can learn how. So now there's a dynamic workflow. So you can learn dynamic workflow. You can learn loop. Yeah, Claude Code has a lot of functions that you can do. Developer platform, well, you might not teach it. You might not use this because this is for developers. Yeah. Or so I would recommend you can go to Claude 101. Okay. After 101, then you can go to Claude Code 101 as well. So this two. And then this one I'll skip. And then you can go to this introduction to Claude Core Work. So this is where you're operating within your own local computer. You can work on your files, on your projects. Yeah. And then you'll learn about plugins, about skills. Yeah. Learn about workflows. Yes. And then you'll learn about scheduled tasks as well. Yeah. What it means by a scheduled task. Okay. So working folder, connectors, permission, yeah, browser, Claude in Chrome. So all these are using Cowork. Yeah. So this is actually for knowledge workers, for every one of us. Yeah, who is a knowledge worker. And then it tells you why is it different from the chat. Yeah. So this is pretty useful. Yeah. Then you can learn MCP. Yeah. So MCP is like a universal connector. It can help you to connect to different servers, different applications, right? So that the AI agent is able to access all the permissions and do things in the background for you. Okay. So there's a lot of things that you can look into. So you can even learn how to create sub agents, manage an army of agents. You can spin 50, 100 agents to help you to do things. Yeah. If you have a large project you're working on, right? Then you can spin off sub agents. Yeah. AI fluency for small businesses, AI for builders, AI for educators. So there's simply a lot of things that you can learn. But I'll say you can start from 101 first. Just go to the basics. Yeah. Get your basics, get your foundation right, and then test one thing at a time. Okay. So test one thing at a time. So after talking so much, right? Yeah. I don't want to overwhelm all of you. So the thing is, you can just pick one thing tonight, decide what you want to do, how you want to improve on your workflow. I'll show quite a few examples. So maybe you would like to connect to Composio, you like to connect your Claude or GPT to Pipe Dream. So you can go and see that. So I'm not too sure if Pipe Dream can be connected to ChatGPT or Composer can be connected to ChatGPT because now I'm using mainly on Claude. Yeah. Any questions before we call this a day? Yeah, I know we still have one more makeup session, right? So for the makeup session, what I will do is I'll do something different, which is I will do it like AMA, ask me anything. Yeah. So within this 90 minutes, so I'll be looking into your AI workflows, yeah, or anything that you want to automate, right? Then we can just do it on the spot as well. Sounds good? Okay. So if no question, then
One question, Brendan. How
mm,
about the go high level AI voice? Have you used before?
go high level AI voice.
The caller, AI caller.
No, I've never used before.
Ah, okay. You are using Avast, is it? Is it?
Yeah, I use Avast, but then I'm not using a lot of the AI callers right now. Although I've set up the AI caller. I even have a line, a US line.
Uh, if using the go high level AI voice, right, I need to have the US line. Malaysia line cannot, is it?
I'm not too sure because for Avast, right, I was able to get a line from Trello.
All
Is it
right.
Trello? No, not Trello. Twilio.
Okay.
I got a US phone number from Twilio.
All right.
Yeah, so the Twilio is actually uh hooked to the AI agent.
Okay.
For
How's
inbound.
the quality? Is it okay?
Good, good, good.
Good,
Try Awas.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, Awas is good. The response time is quite fast.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you for your patience, for bearing with me. All right, I hope everyone has learned something new today. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, goodbye. Thank you.